Good afternoon, YouTube. I am back again, Drew of the Shed, coming to you with a Sunday message. First off, a little bit of housekeeping. As promised, this brand new to me Savinelli Capri Ebony 625, restored by PipeLeisure. He did a wonderful, wonderful job. And I did some more research last night and this morning on this guy. I cannot even find that Savinelli still makes this shape. They don't even have it on their website. I can't find it on any other retailer's website. So I'm really, really happy to find this guy. In it, I'm smoking some Dunhill Baby's Bottom, my very first English blend. So, what I'd like to talk about today involves this. Now, if you have anything to do with agriculture, you will know this is an international tractor. Before they were acquired by, before they merged with Case and became Case International. But why is that important to what I'm talking about today? And that is, I'm talking about heritage. My family has been deeply rooted in agricultural prospects ever since they came here from Prussia in the early part of the 1900s. And that has a lot to do with me. Both my grandparents on both sides of my family, my mother and my father's, they were dairymen, they were farmers, they were ranchers. My father is still an ag mechanic for Case International. And that has become a huge part of who I am. You know, it really gives me the parts of me that are me. My hard work ethic, my respect for the land, my desire to grow things. And if you think about it, if we look at any of us, what our background is, influences who we are today. And that is why heritage is so important to us. And, you know, as I grew up, all I knew was my family's farmers, which is a very good thing to be. The community I grew up in, farmers were greatly respected. And that's about all there was farmers. I mean, you'd have the people that worked in town here and there, but mostly it was farmers. And as we look at that, it has influenced me a lot. Even in my pursuits of what I do, every time I go to look at opening a business or some new hobby, it always involves some kind of agricultural process. You know, tobacco comes from the ground. It's something that's very steeped in agricultural. Homebrewing, again, very steeped in agriculture. And even, it was funny, I did not find out until after my grandparents on my mother's side died that my grandmother, her parents, when the threshing crew would come through, they had beer going in the basement for them. And that was something I never knew about. So it's quite interesting that I would pick up the homebrewing hobby all along when it was something that was traditionally done in my family and just never talked about. And it is this heritage aspect too that oftentimes give us our values. And because of that, we can use that as a lesson towards our future. What did our forefathers do? How did they approach this situation? And I find that a lot of people that forget where they came from just don't have an idea where they're going. And it's oftentimes really sad because they don't want to look back. They say, I'm my own person. I made myself and I'm important. But it's that family that came before us that's extremely important too. And that shapes how we think about things, how we perceive the world, and what we hold dear to ourselves. And so I often keep in mind, how did my grandfathers approach this situation? What would be their reaction to it? And oftentimes, I think to myself, you know what? They'd smile, they'd pray, they'd put their head down, they'd get to work. So with that, I would like to know, what's some of the background that you guys have? What's your family history? What's your heritage? So I have a quote to leave you with this week. It's from Branch Rickey. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He did a great many things for baseball and a great many things to make the game of baseball better by first helping a person named Jackie Robinson get into the major leagues. And that quote is, "It is not the honor you take with you, but the heritage you leave behind." With that, my friends, until I see you again, be kind and good to each other.